Now we will see how to arrange these 5 components so that a function is formed. Okay, so we know 5 components are there, that is function return type, function name, function arguments, body of the function and return value. Okay, we will see how to write a function and by arranging these 5 components. Okay, so here first we will write the function return type. Then in the same line we will write the name of the function, and inside brackets we will write arguments separated with commas. Okay, in the first line of the function we will write the return type first, put a space, name of the function, and inside the brackets we will write the arguments. Then put double bracket, and here we will write the body, function body. This is what we call function body. That is, as I said in the previous one, these are the data processing statements. Then after completing the function body we will put the closing bracket. Okay, but before putting the closing bracket, so here just scan the entire thing. Return type we mentioned, name of the function we mentioned, argument we mentioned, function body we mentioned. One is missing. What is that? Return type. So as the last statement we will write the return value, but before closing. Before you write the closing bracket, we will write the return value. Okay, so this is the format. This is the format of writing a function in C language. Now consider an example. Write a program to add 2 numbers in C using function. How do we write it? We will write the function. First we must add the, what we want to do, we want to add 2 numbers. So return type, if you add 2 numbers, what we will get? For example, 2 plus 3, you are adding 2 plus 3. What we will get? We will get an answer 5, which is an integer. So the return type is integer. So we will write int. Okay, space. Now you can name any function, you can give any name to the function. Let us assume add. This is the function name. Okay, and inside the brackets we will write the argument. What are the arguments? 2 and 3. How many arguments are there? 2. So if there are more arguments, here I said, how do we write more arguments? Separated with the commas. So this is integer, this is also integer. Let us name this as x and this as y. So this is int x comma int y. Okay, so index x actually refers to 2, or whatever value you are assigning. Y actually refers to 3. Okay, now we want to process x and y, is it? So where can we write it? We can write it in the function body. Okay, so if you want to write the function body, put double bracket, open double bracket. Okay, now you have x and y. Okay, if you add x and y, we will get another integer which is int sum, is it? So declare that variable int sum, then write sum equal to x plus y. Okay, now 2 actually stored in x, 3 stored in y, 2 plus 3. So sum will get a value 5. Now you want to return that value 5. So if you want to return 5, how do we write? Return sum, because 5 actually, where we have stored it? We actually stored that value in sum, the variable sum. So return sum, semicolon. And now the function body is over. What we want to do? We want to close the bracket. Okay, so this is actually the simple way of writing a function. So now we will see what are the properties of this function. As I said in the previous one, function has 5 components. What are they? Return type, function name, arguments, body of the function, return value. Okay, so these are the 5 components. All these 5 components you can see inside this function. Am I right? All these 5 components are there inside this function. Now another beauty of C is that you can write function by skipping if those components are not necessary, or you can omit those components. So what are the components that you can omit? Return type. It is not necessary that it should return a value every time. Instead of integer, you can give void. That means it is not returning anything. Okay, but function name, it's a must. And arguments you can skip. So return type you can skip in the sense you can write void. Okay, you cannot write blank space here. Either you should write int, float, char or void, okay, or pointer. But it is not necessary that there must be integer or float or character. You can write void also, no problem. Void means the function is not returning anything. But you cannot skip this one. You cannot skip. Function name must be there, and you can skip the arguments. You can put empty braces like this. That means we are not passing anything to the function. We are not giving any input to the function. Okay. Function bodies also sometimes you can skip. No problem. Similarly, return value also you can skip. Okay. So using this concept, the functions in C can be divided into different category. That means functions with return value, no return value. This is one class. Functions with arguments, functions without arguments. Okay, now what else? Return value, functions without a return type, functions with return type. But you must notice, you can say it like this, functions without a return type, but you must write void. If you don't want to return anything from the function, in that case you must write void. It's okay. Okay, so these are another categorization of functions. Now I think you understood the basic concepts behind functions.